Ba-bum-bum-bum-ba-bum-ba-bum. Welcome back, my friends. This is BJJBrick Quick. My name is Byron. This is your quick Jiu-Jitsu podcast. Guess what, my friends? I've got 20 years of Jiu-Jitsu under my belt, I guess you could say. 20 years. I started in 2002 in the spring. March or April, right around there. Wow. That seems like it wasn't that long ago. Man, so this week I'm talking about 20 years of jiu-jitsu. What I've learned over that, what it was like. A little bit of a walk into the past. So to break this down, today, talking about the first 5 years. It all started on no, just kidding. What was I like the first 5 years of my jiu-jitsu? Well, it's really hard to remember. But I think I did too much fighting and not really rolling. And I've talked about this in the past if you're new to the show. Rolling, you're doing jiu-jitsu, you're trying to get better. There's a little bit of experimenting, there's a little give and take. You work with somebody. Yes, you're working hard. Yes, you're trying to defend what they're doing. You're not focused so much on the outcome of the individual roll, but trying to get better. That's rolling. Fighting is you want to win. You want to win this round. You want to win this round, even if it damages you a little bit, or if I'm doing a collar choke and my hand's hurting, I'm still gonna. I think it's gonna tap. I want to hang in there with it. Trying to win practice. That sounds crazy. That's what I was like, I think, the first 5 years. And I broke it at 5. I don't really remember. I probably continued that for quite a while. And I see that a lot of new people as well. You want to win. You want to feel like you're improving. And I think that each individual role could feel important. Over the course of 20 years, no individual role really is that important. But I think I held myself back by trying to win rounds. That's what we did. That's what we did back then. It was almost like a grappling fight club. We show up, beat each other up, kind of be proud of blood on my gi. I bled on this, and I cut my leg open and hung in there the rest of the round. Or I'm really beat up today, but man, I didn't quit. I was tough. I really wasn't all that tough. I tried to be, really kind of ignoring the long-term aspect of jiu-jitsu. If you're new, are you rolling or are you fighting? Most of us, when we're new, I think are fighting. It's hard on our bodies. It's hard on us mentally. If you're rolling and you have a bad round, I'm experimenting with this, or it's just a bad round, or a technique didn't mesh up well with me, or what do I have to do to change this? If you're fighting, either you win or you lose. That's it. That guy's better than me, or he's not as good as me. That's kind of the fighting mentality. I remember back then when I would open my game up a little bit and try something I wasn't as good at. Like, let's say I have mount, and I know that I don't remember what my good moves were from mount back then because I didn't really get mount much, but let's say my best move is armbar from mount right there. Or I could try this new choke we've been working on today. And if I try the choke, let's try it. And I got rolled. I'm not doing that choke again for a long time. It cost me the match. It's not a match, Byron. You're training. You're rolling. That mentality. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm saying it's really hard to avoid that, especially when you're new. I think you get a little bit of that when you get a new belt as well. You want to feel like that's where you belong. So you might tighten up your game, which isn't bad. See what your good stuff is. Tighten up your game a little bit. But don't be afraid to, quote, lose little bit of practice. I think I did way too much fighting instead of rolling when I was new. The first 5 years, I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was rough on me. I was quite a bit younger then. 20 years younger. Put me about 20 years old. 22 years old. Man. I don't know what. That's not hard math either. I did heal faster. If you're in your 40s or 50s right now, 60s, wherever you're at and you're doing jiu-jitsu, I feel your pain. Some days you go home sore. When I was in my 20s, I go home sore. I wake up and feel pretty good. If I go home sore tonight, I'm going to wake up pretty sore. So I try to avoid going home all beat up. It's not worth it to me to feel bad the next day. So if you've been doing jiu-jitsu for more than 5 years, what was your first 5 like? Have you changed? I think if I was still fighting a lot, and I know some pretty high belts that fight instead of roll, and that's a mistake. You're holding yourself back. Open it up a little bit. Try some new stuff. You haven't changed your game over the course of the different belts you've gotten a little bit. You haven't tried something that didn't work the past couple of months. Man, you're holding yourself back. If you're new to jiu-jitsu, you can support the podcast. Go to BjjBrick.com. Go to the shop. Right there, you'll see your first year of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with an audiobook. It's $11.99. The money goes, helps support the podcast. Appreciate it, my friends that have done that. I want to help you on your way. Get to that first 5-year mark. But you got to get to through the first year first. I should make audiobook your first 20 years of jiu-jitsu. Fly off the shelves. All right, my friends. Hope you have a great day and stay sweaty.